What's up, guys? If you're interested in hanging out and chatting with me while I grab footage that you'll likely see in future videos, head on over to my Twitch channel linked in the description below, where we can talk all things COD, gaming, whatever life throws at us. Hope to see you there, but let's get back into the content at hand. Today, instead of the weekly preview going live on the Activision's blog, we ended up getting a little bit more of a surprise blog post in which we saw that tonight we get the next major content update for Modern Warfare and Warzone. Update 1.26 will be rolling out tonight around 11 p.m. Pacific time, to which we can see this will bring along with it the Season 5 Reloaded update, offering up new maps, modes, operators, a new weapon, and other things like the mid-season event. Today we're going to be breaking down everything that was previewed for you so that you know what to expect. You can get on your platforms, get your internet ready to download what is presumably going to be another larger update, and then jump into the games either late tonight or sometime tomorrow ready to go. That said, as we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. What are you looking forward to either in this Season 5 Reloaded update or elsewhere throughout the week in Call of Duty? As well, if you enjoy the video, drop a like if you feel like it, and make sure you're subscribed to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare, Warzone, and of course, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War content as we round into a big week for all of it. Make sure you're around because you won't want to miss any of what's up on deck. That said, let's jump into it. Firstly, let's talk about this update. Admittedly, I'm actually kind of a bit surprised we're seeing this now because we are still 1 week ahead of schedule from that true midpoint of Season 5, but I think this is happening for good reason, which we'll discuss as more speculation at the end of the video after we talk about the guaranteed stuff coming with this update. With a blog post, we ended up getting a brand new roadmap for Season 5 and the Reloaded content update, to which on that, when you take a look, you see the games of summer plastered there. You end up getting new rewards, new maps, new modes, new operators, new tournaments for gunfight, a new weapon, and other things like XP events coming throughout the event. Now, let's start with the initial content coming up here with this. Firstly, let's talk about the maps, or I guess the singular map. We end up seeing that Gunfight is going to be getting a new addition in that 2v2 format, in which we end up seeing Verdansk Stadium introduced into the map pool for Gunfight. This is going to take simply the pitch, the soccer field, and everything else that is included on that ground level. It's going to be introduced as a Gunfight map, and also it seems like it's going to be sectioned off a little more, so it's not going to be as large, but instead just a section of that field. So you're going to have the tents, you're going to have all the debris, but you're not going to have to deal with people, say, up in the rafters of the stadium, up in the upper executive levels. It's only going to be that ground level. So that's something that will be nice, that it won't detract from the gameplay all that much, but it's just a new piece added into play in the Gunfight variation. But unfortunately, that is the only map we end up seeing here out of this Reloaded update. And being the fact that in every season previously, we've had that transparency of maps coming either at the launch of the mid-season update or throughout the season, after that, it doesn't look like we're going to see anything else within Season 5, which is kind of a bummer for those that like traditional MP. The next big thing being introduced, though, is a brand new weapon that is going to be available seemingly in just challenge format and also probably in a shop bundle like we've seen in the past, but this is the Finn LMG. It's mentioned that it will punch well above its weight against many of the existing LMGs and is an agile, mobile, and hostile tank of an LMG. So I hope this isn't something that is going to be the next Bruin introduced within at least the Warzone capacity, but it'll be interesting to see how this works out. From the imagery that we see, it almost looks like the chainsaw from Ghost, so sort of one that is just at the hip and you can only slightly reduce that hip fire spread, not actually ADS, but that's going to be introduced with tonight's update, and also outside of the challenge will be introduced with the mainframe bundle that will be in the shop as of tonight's update. Also previewed within the roadmap, but not necessarily described as coming at the launch, are a couple of different modes in Warzone and in MP. Kingslayer is a new mode that's going to be coming along, in which from the description it almost seems like it was that Warzone Rumble style of TDM being introduced, but this time with the twist that the zone actually moves, and there's also Kings designated as the sort of most valuable player that you want a gun for if you want to get some extra additional score and also kill streaks on top of that. So a cool little twist here with that one. Ground War Reinforced is being introduced, in which it's ground war, but like the game mode Reinforce, you end up having downs and flags to revive players here once you capture those. So it's like Reinforced, but just on a much larger scale, which will be interesting to see how that one plays out. Also later this week, starting the 28th, going presumably for the weekend and maybe a week following after that, is a brand new Gunfight tournament for Season 5. So you'll have new loot rewards once you end up going through the ranks here, and if you win the entire thing, you'll of course likely get another blueprint that goes along with it, exclusive to that Gunfight tournament. But the big marquee stuff here in relation to the coming content is, firstly, one, a new operator. Mort is coming from Italy under Warcom, so he'll be available in the shop as of we don't know when. It just says later on in the season, so he's not going to be coming tonight, but at some point during the next couple of weeks, we'll end up seeing the new operator coming along the way as well. But the big thing, the big marquee event is that of the mid-season event, which is finally now debuted as the Games of Summer. This being something that lasts from August 28th, this upcoming Friday, and going until September 7th. This is going to be something where you can test your skills in trials, but across a various number of them, and you're competing not only for yourself, but also other players in your country with the best score, similar to what we talked about beforehand, kind of how this was going to be something hand in hand with the Olympics. Throughout that time, you'll end up having different trials across the gun course, risky parkour, marksman challenges, Price's Alley, and the shooting range, in which it seems like you'll end up being able to get things like vehicle skins, XP tokens, vehicle horns, calling cards, and legendary weapon blueprints for certain levels of completion. And it seems like that max reward is actually going to be a brand new Growl blueprint. So that sounds pretty cool to me, and definitely might be something that, even though it might be a little out of the realms of ordinary for what I'd take part in, I think I might try it out, try and get some of those blueprint rewards. But that's the big marquee event here for the Season 5 Reloaded update, and is something that is going to be starting on later this week, not even tonight. But that's the thing, right now at the very beginning here of this, it doesn't seem like a whole ton is going to be coming as of tonight. Again, we end up seeing that we'll have the new gunfight map, we'll have the new weapon, but those are the two big standout things. The rest comes either later this week or later on throughout the season as well. So why do we have this right now? Why is it something that, again, we're ahead of schedule as for when this will be releasing? Now, if I were to guess, I wouldn't be surprised if this is because of what's up on deck this week. Throw a title update out there that will house all the necessary assets for that Warzone launch and that Warzone reveal for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and release it as close as possible to that event, so as it's not data mined or anything is found out beforehand, but also with enough time that players that maybe can't download it immediately do still have the possibility of getting to see that live event on time. Give that 1 day buffer. The unfortunate thing, though, is that I do bet that as of tomorrow, we'll see data mine stuff discovered and come out to light. That's something that if the update went out tomorrow night into Wednesday, again, it would slip everything up so that you'd only have about, 12 hours or so before that event went live. So it's not a lot of time for people to leak stuff, but with a whole day and then 10, 12 hours on top of that, I think we'll definitely be seeing some stuff come out to light a little earlier than it's supposed to. So if you're not one for spoils, for leaks, things like that, definitely maybe try and stay away from things once the update goes out for at least that next day or so, because I do definitely think there will be something that comes out of that. But anyways, as for, again, this live event, we do finally have some sort of indication as to when this will be. Of course, we had August 26th as that date given to us since the first teaser of Black Ops Cold War came out, and of course, then every single day since then, Call of Duty has been tweeting something officially with August 26th and Verdansk associated with it, but we didn't have any specified time. That is until today. Earlier today, we ended up getting a teaser from Call of Duty once again with the redacted tweets mentioning again that reveal happening in Verdansk this upcoming Wednesday, but now with the specified time of 10:30 Pacific time, or otherwise 1:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. in the UK, and then elsewhere in the world, wherever your time zone may end up falling in line with. But that teaser had an amended infill sequence animation in which we of course end up having that C-130 that you fly in on, but before that, before it ascends above the clouds, we see what appears to be a Soviet M55 high altitude aircraft, designed to take on that Lockheed ER-2 spy plane that a lot of people know. Now, if we didn't know that Cold War was the subject matter of the coming game, this would probably hold a lot more weight, but on the surface, I don't think that we can really derive much here from this, other than the fact that we're seeing that crossover of a modern cargo plane and also a Soviet-era spy plane. So as for what this will actually mean, your guess is as good as mine. Perhaps in relation to maybe the rocket targeting the plane, maybe something else, but it is something that just showcases that now we do have that bleed over a little bit. So when that time comes, that event could be something that deals with either that rocket, that spy plane, maybe nothing, but it is something that gets us ready for that event coming here later on in the week. But for the time being, we do have an update up on deck here later tonight. Again, I think more so housing any secrets that we may see within Verdansk later this week, more so than anything else, because on the surface, we don't have a whole ton launching tonight, but that is something that is going to wrap up this video, and we'll keep you up to date with absolutely anything you didn't know. Of course, we'll have the full breakdown of everything that changed, all the patch notes that come out with it as of tonight as well into tomorrow morning, so stick it here on the channel. But hopefully enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare, Warzone, and Black Ops Cold War as we round into a big week for all of this. So make sure you stick it here on the channel. But if you also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected outside of YouTube. I live on both those. So you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. Mine is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.